What's up guys, this is Alex here from 814 EDC, and today I'm ready to do my full review on the CJRB Small Feldspar. Now this is a Blade HQ exclusive. They did a run of these, so I guess we'll just jump right into materials. They did a run with upgraded S35 VN steel and blacked out hardware and these, JG10 scales. So it says S35 VN right there, which is a pretty good upgrade, I think, over D2. Obviously, it's made in China. It is a CJRB is the budget brand of artisan cutlery. Like I said, we have these nice kind of JG10 or natural G10 scales, and I think with the blacked out hardware that it comes with, I think it looks really well. It looks really good together. Something, I don't know, there's something about JG10 people seem to like hate, or they just really don't like, but I kind of like it. It looks pretty cool to me. It looks like it's like kind of glow in the darkish, and there's a lot of different ways you can customize this because JG10 will writ dye to any color that you really would like, so that kind of goes into it as well. But yeah, so this has the S35 VN, the JG10, blacked out hardware. Obviously you have the black blade, black pivot. You have this really nice loop over style deep carry pocket clip that's blacked out, that is recessed into the scale with recessed pocket screws, so I have to applaud CJRB for that. I love when companies do that with pocket clips. They did really well with this. One thing that I can nitpick about is, I talked about in the unboxing, I wish it was just a little shorter. Sometimes I like when they have like mini deep carry pocket clips. Not that this is bad or anything, because like I said, it carries well, and it's a really good pocket clip. I just wish it was a little shorter, but from a functionality standpoint, it works really well. For the blade, it is a just nice and simple drop point. It's almost a full flat grind, but there is a little bit up here that makes it not a full flat grind. It's pretty thin behind the edge. I carry this, and like I've stated in previous videos, I don't use my knives that hard. The most I see is like, especially now that I'm in college, I don't have a job right now. I work in the summer, but I don't technically work during the school year. So the most I see is like package opening, cutting some cardboard up, tape, letters, going through paper. That's like the extent of what I use my knives for, and this does really well. I like a good drop point. I think they're just what's what I'm looking for? Appealing, I guess, to look at, and they're pretty functional. So the blade does pretty well. It's nice and thin behind the edge. It's a pretty good slicer. This is a liner lock with nested liners, which is pretty cool. I don't know if you guys can see up in there, but one side is skeletonized, and then the other side isn't. But it's a pretty lightweight knife. I'll get into that with carry and everything, and then with the liner, I don't know if you guys are going to pick this up, but it's almost like it's like a larger like landing for your thumb, or whatever finger you're using. It's kind of cool. I think this is the first knife that I've really experienced this sort of fatter liner lock, which is cool. So I think that's everything for materials. Yeah, so we're just going to jump right into action. This knife is on bearings, and the thumb stud action and middle finger flick action is really good. It flies out of there. Before I bought the knife, I heard from just different reviews and from different guys around the community that the action on these were really snappy, and mine is. It just feels really good when you deploy it. Really strong, just flies out of there. Closing's very good too. Usually it's pretty drop shutty, but I'll close it to my nail, and then I'll just shake it closed. That's usually how I close it. But yeah, action is just really, really good. Especially on such a smaller knife, the blade isn't super big. It flies out with authority. So, which I was pleased to, like I said, I heard about how good they were, and I was pleased to, get mine in hand and understand how good it was, because they are really good. You can obviously slow roll out with your thumb, but that's kind of the boring way to open knives. So yeah, action is very good, especially like I said on a knife that is so small and compact. rockets out of there, and it makes a good sound too, like a good resounding, like, I don't know, just satisfying. So action's very good. Next we're going to jump in ergos, which ergos are good but not great on this knife. So again, it is a smaller knife, and when I'm in my full grip, I do just barely get my fourth finger, my pinky, on there. So this technically is a 4-fingered knife. There is no jimping up top, which is okay. I don't think you technically need jimping with a knife this size. And there is no jimping on the liner too, which is unique too. So, so ergos, you know, it's neutral, but it has this kind of, it gets fatter as the knife goes back and has like this kind of fat rear end to it, I guess you could say, for lack of better terms. And it is comfortable, but it's not the best feeling knife I've ever felt. The pocket clip, it does, you know, it stands a little bit taller than some, but not terrible. And when I'm in my normal grip, it kind of goes into my crevice of my fingers here, so I can't really, you know, if I'm really like gripped it really, really hard, I can feel it, but just normal use and tasks, I can't feel it really much at all. So definitely a good thing there, because some, you know, pocket clips cause hot spots when you're using it. But one thing that I would like to note and talk about with the ergos, there is kind of this like oversized sharpening choil here, and sometimes like I'll find myself, not when I'm using it, but when I'm kind of just playing with it and like fidgeting with it, I'll find myself putting my pointer finger up here. I feel like they could have taken that and like milled out some of this material and made a forward finger choil here, and that would just make this knife so much more ergonomic for guys with larger size hands. And, you know, I'm not saying I have huge hands, but I definitely have larger than normal hands, I guess you could say. And if this was a choil, it would just be a lot more comfortable and a lot more usable, I guess you could say. Because I technically can get my finger in there, maybe to like my first knuckle, but the edge of my finger is on the edge of the blade, so I really wouldn't want to do any like hard use, or really any use at all with it. But maybe in the future CJRB will think of that and add it, because I think that would be a welcome addition, and I think that would make me really like this knife a lot more than, because I like it but I don't love it, and that could possibly make me love it, just those added, you know, ergonomic features that really just lock me in. But so yeah, I'll end with, you know, ergos are good but not great. If you have smaller hands, it might fit a little bit better, because like I said, this is a small version. So, but yeah, I don't know. This knife's really good. Before I jump into carry, the knife is really, really good. I like it, but I don't love it. I don't know. There's just something about it that like doesn't get me excited to carry it. Like, I'll find myself, when I'm going to carry a smaller knife, I'll find myself reaching for my Stinger or my Banter, or, you know, one of my front flippers, or just, I don't know, my f5.5, I guess, is pretty similar in overall size to this. It's just, I don't know. I'll talk more about that once I get through carry and price point and stuff, but I don't know, that's kind of how I stand on this knife right now. So, but we'll get to that in a few minutes. So carry's good on this guy. It's, you know, like I said, it's a small knife, which I kind of keep saying that, but it is the small Feldspar. The pocket clip is really, really good. You know, it goes to the butt end of the knife, so this thing rides real deep down into your pocket. There's no, you know, it's gonna sit like this. There's no flipper tab or anything. It's all nice and contoured and rounded off over here, so when your hand goes in your pocket beside it, it doesn't hit anything, because this does, I do count this as a primary. I'm not really much of a two knife guy, you know, your primary and your secondary. For what I use my knives for, a small knife like this works great as a primary. So once in a while I will, like if I have my like Boker Keyhone Auto on there or on me, I will carry like a smaller knife, but most of the time my one knife is my primary knife. So this rides in my right front pocket with my phone, and whenever I'm reaching in and out, you know, constantly throughout the day to get my phone, doesn't feel like there's anything there at all. So, and the skeletonizing of the one side of the liners definitely adds to the lightweightness and the carryability of this guy. So yeah, carry is good. So that leads me to my final kind of, bring everything in category, which is price point. Now, like I did say, this is a Blade HQ exclusive. I will leave a link in the description down below if they're still available. I don't know how many they had when they released them, if they could be sold out by now, but if they are available, I'll leave a link in the description below. These come in at $75, which for everything you're getting, I do think that is a good price point. Especially now, it is a $40 jump from the standard small Feldspar, which comes in D2 steel, and I think there's like 3 or 4 standard colorways that it comes in. And at that price point, that's a good price. For like $35, that's a really good price too. But you're basically paying the extra $40 for S35VN steel, which my thought process was, I thought I was going to get the knife. I actually had it in my Amazon cart for like a week and a half, and I was just kind of contemplating buying it. I don't know why I didn't, but I saw that these were releasing from Blade HQ, and I was like, you know what, if I'm going to get it, I might as well pay a little bit more. I had a gift card, pay a little bit more for the premium steel and like the blacked out features. And like I said, I like JG10. It doesn't turn me off from a knife like some people do, like it does for some people. So I thought, you know what, I'll buy it, because I thought that getting the upgraded materials would be worth it, and I went and bought it. So that being said, I don't regret buying this, because I'm glad I got to experience it. But like I said, I just don't know if I'm going to end up keeping it long term or getting rid of it to fund more knives. But for the price point of $75, I do think it's worth it if you're interested in keeping it long term. Maybe if you're interested in getting into the Feldspar platform like I was, it might be a little smarter to go for the cheaper model for like $35 to see if you like it, because that's still a really good model. D2 is a really good budget steel. I love D2, and I think that's a really good price too. And that might be a smarter place to see if you like it. And then if you really do learn to like it and use it a lot, you can say, hey, I'm going to upgrade to the more expensive model, and then you're going to like it. Because, S35VN at that price point is really good. I know some people are also kind of iffy on S35VN, but my experiences with it, it's been a really good steel. I've had no issues whatsoever with it. So, you're getting S35VN, you're getting a cool JG10, which I don't think people add in the customizability, I think that's a word. I don't know, that function with JG10, because you can literally dye it to red, blue, purple, black, yellow, like really any color you want. And I think that is a cool feature of it. You're getting completely blacked out blade, blacked out hardware, blacked out clip, blacked out liners, a really nice deep carry clip that works really well, a decent lightweight, solid ergos. So I think the price point is worth it. It's a good package, but at that point you're kind of getting into like what Asher Knife Co. is putting out. They're constantly in between $70 to $85 for S35VN with a couple other models. So I think it competes directly with them. The Ferrum Forge Stinger is kind of in that price range, maybe a little bit more, but it kind of competes with that too. But overall, I do think it's a very good, budget price point for it. I would recommend it, but like I said, I would probably recommend getting the D2 and the cheaper version first if you're just getting into it, to maybe see if you like it before you purchase the big one or the more expensive one. It's not like $75 is a lot. For a college student like myself, $40 is kind of a different. That could go towards another knife or something else. That's just my thought process behind it. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't decided. I've been really thinking hard about it lately. I don't know if I'm gonna, get rid of it to try to fund another knife purchase, sell a couple of my cheaper ones to get a more premium one that I've had on my list for a while. But there's just something about it that doesn't make me excited to carry it. I don't know what it is, because you just saw from all my categories, the knife is good. I really like the knife. and like all the materials and everything. It's a really good package. I don't know. There's just something that doesn't do it for me. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll have to decide within the next coming days if I'm going to try to get rid of it or not. But yeah, so but don't let my personal opinion on it sway you from it is a good knife at its core. It's very usable, good materials, good action. CJRB is a really good budget brand. They make a lot of good models, a lot of good. They're pretty popular. So yeah, guys, I guess that'll be everything for today. Leave a comment down below if you have experienced the Feldspar. If you like it, if you found out you didn't like it, just let me know your opinions. I like to talk to you guys in the comments. Interacting with you guys is fun. So yeah, that'll be it for today, guys. This was the full review on the CJRB Small Feldspar, the Blade HQ edition one. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for stopping in and for checking out this video. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I hope you continue to have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.